This video will be explaining the 5 core Ignatian values of the Society of Jesus and how they are portrayed in Jesuit schools. The Society of Jesus has opened many schools around the world, and Regis Jesuit is rooted in the Jesuit tradition of education, which was established nearly 500 years ago by St. Ignatius Loyola, the founder of the Society of Jesus. Their goal is to educate leaders of competence, conscience, and compassion who strive to build a better world. Jesuit values are used to drive and guide individuals in leadership, and these values can be used to educate people on the Ignatian principles. They are to be used in everyday life and are lived out in the way individuals lead others. The 5 core values practiced at the Jesuit school St. John's College in Belize are magis, contemplation in action, cura personalis, men and women for and with others, and finding God in all things. Magis. Magis is a Latin word for more or greater, and stems from the motto Ad Majorem Dei Gloriam, meaning for the greater glory of God. This word magis lets us ask ourselves if we have done more for Christ by doing more for others. Can we do more for others, and how can we do more for others? In schools, this core value is taught through community service where students must participate and reflect on their interaction with those they help. This activity strengthens the core meaning of magis by engaging students to do more for others and helping others in order to carry out God's will. Magis is a good way to portray how we help our family, neighbors, and friends to do more, not for us and neither just them, but for the better glory of God. I have seen service being carried out at St. John's College when students help one another to better understand their work and improve their knowledge. A simple task as such on campus shows the level of thought Jesuit students develop when becoming closer to God. Contemplation in action. Contemplation in action is thinking before acting in society and making conscious decisions that will really impact communities. It is acting on the needs of others rather than on our ideas. It means being aware of your country's problems and being involved in solving them. Although we are thoughtful and philosophical, we do not merely think about social problems. We take action to address them. We must also take action upon observing the problems in our communities by reflecting on what we see and finding a solution. Developing the habit of reflection centers and strengthens one's spiritual life and guides our action. An example of how St. John's College drives their students to be involved in their country's problems is by educating them on the situation and encouraging them to exercise their right to vote. This is a serious issue regarding the country, and it is good to see the future of Belize being engaged to protect. Cura personalis. This is a Latin phrase meaning care for the person. Cura personalis is having concern and care for the personal development of the whole person. This implies a dedication to human dignity and care for the body and spirit of the person. There are 2 major parts, which are to care for oneself and to care for our community and the environment. This can be seen at St. John's College, where they emphasize care for the environment by organizing clean drives, planting countless trees and plants around communities to preserve the earth. To be closer to God, we must not only think about the body He gave us, but also we must consider and care for the resources around us. Men and women for and with others. This value embodies a spirit of giving and providing service to those in need and standing with the poor and marginalized. We are encouraged to pursue justice on behalf of all persons. As the signature theme for what the college stands for, St. John's College urges that all men and women should share gifts generously, pursue justice, and show concern for the poor and marginalized. Caring for others in the community is a big part of God's ministry, and participating in this act will definitely draw one closer to God.
It is taught at St. John's College to be generous to anyone in need, for anyone in need of help is our neighbor. Therefore, caring for the destitute and poor, such as offering clothes, shelter, food, and monetary donations, as it is the right thing to do if we are able to do it.
Finding God in all things. This may be the one phrase that sums up Ignatian spirituality. It invites a person to search for and find God in every circumstance of life. God is present everywhere and can be found in all of creation.
Recognizing God's presence in all things plays a huge role in the Jesuit education system, as one whose soul is truly in contact with God and can find Him in all things is a blessed and accomplished soul. Life will not always be easy, and Jesuit students at St. John's College are taught this along with the knowledge that seeking God will greatly decrease any burden they may have. To find God in all things, one must contact Him, and this is done through prayer, something Jesuit students are accustomed to relying on when facing hardship.
Prayer is always used by Jesuit students regardless of how minuscule or extreme a problem may be, as they believe in the power of the Holy Spirit to guide them through all. Prayer can be used to better study and remember notes by asking God to open your mind. Prayer can be used to heal the sick, or prayer can be used when trying to make a life-changing decision. Outside of the campus, we apply the core values of Magis and men and women for others to best represent our family, as they have high morals and principles, much like the Jesuits. The way we carry ourselves and represent our family is a symbolism of Magis and men and women for others through the actions we take. Our family has taught us to always be an outgoing person for those in need, as we were very fortunate compared to most others, and therefore we were expected to always be able to help more because our life was comfortable. Our comfortable lifestyle was a luxury, but we also had to earn it by helping the needy and being men and women for others who need help desperately.
Our actions that we learned from our family household symbolize ironically some of the core values of the Society of Jesus teachings, such as doing more for others and being there for them always. This upbringing we had made us accustomed to the Jesuit belief, and easy for us to adopt them and start getting closer to God.